Hello everybody, my name is Zelda, and welcome to part 2 of episode 48 of The Legend of Zelda Skyward. That's gotta be the longest intro I've ever said throughout the history of my channel. But anyway, welcome back. In this part, we're gonna be witnessing a bunch of cutscenes. But these cutscenes are very, very important for the story. So yeah, please don't be turned away by the fact that this video is gonna be mostly cutscenes. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here, the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. A little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You have passed the gated time to an era of the distant past. You have many questions, but for now, you must proceed back through the gated doors behind you. It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Hi Zelda, Gru said what's up? You've come so far, Lady Gear. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home, to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to save reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against its fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both into motion. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in her sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her and chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made the sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could be one day used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by the gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. The day of the ceremony, Giraham's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by an old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory of my existence of the asylum, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa and an agent of the goddess led me here, to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of demise. Stripped of his physical form by the steel that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best as we can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from being fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that Hylia, rather that I, created so long ago and keep it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Dedicated to you, the goddess created fire in that great blade she's a part of for a very specific reason. For the task of standing against demise in his monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back at our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Lady Girdu. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You've gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels, you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Lady Girdu, draw your sword. The goddess has blessed her sword, and the master sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with a mythical power to drive back demons, and only Lady Girdu may wield it. Lady Girdu, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in the world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with the breakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials to awaken the hero within yourself so that you can wield the supreme power. And so Hylia, and so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. I use you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all this. But you have to understand that this is a war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well intentioned and true, but doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. And I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Lady Gear, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I am highly overborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all of this is over, will you come to wake me up? I see you said goodbye. Now that you must keep your promise made to her, you must find the Triforce. Returning on time, there's work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda, I will watch over her here. Go now and fulfill your destiny. So while I still have a chance to, I just want to point out how that is my favorite cutscene in this game. Because honestly, it's just really well made, with Zelda asking Link to wake her up, just like she did when they were kids. Just everything about that cutscene, aside from how freakishly long it is, everything about the cutscene is just awesome. So you've returned! Then you know everything! On the other side of that gate, Zelda now waits, suspended in sleep without end, but do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish demise. It is thought to be hidden somewhere in Skyloft by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost to the ages. Lady Kira, to you, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to find the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, find the Triforce. Whoa there, hold up. Lady Kira, there's something I gotta tell you. So Zelda, how's she holding up? Was she okay when you saw her? That's terrible. It's gotta be so hard for the poor girl. But you're going to do something about this mess, right? You haven't made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah, I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it. I got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's gotta watch the big ugly monster, and someone's got to make sure Granny's doing alright. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny. You know what I mean? Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess, but don't you love the way it smells down here? Well, that's not weird to say. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into one beast of a tree and solid like this. It'd brighten this place up a little bit too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's how I feel right now. So, yeah, you know, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor, let people know that I'm doing okay down here. Colin and Sturridge might be a little emotional since they look up to me, but you tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks. And with that, with you guys now knowing why Gris is one of my favorite Zelda characters ever, we're gonna end this video off here, so thank you guys so much for watching this video of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and until next time, Lady Gear to you.
Sister.